went down in the river to play, sunny in about that good old way. And who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
Show me the way.
Oh, mothers, let's go down. Let's go down if you want to go down. Oh, mothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray.
Down in the valley, moved up from the city. It's a new way of living and I'm trying to get used to it. 1 park coolers, half an ounce of an idiot. Ordered a Manhattan and they call me a Cidiot. At first it hurt my feelings, but it's kinda got a ring to it. When you move to the country, they can tell when you're new to it. I'm looking at a place, but I'm trying to keep fitting in. It takes too long to be a local, so for now I'm a Cidiot.
I'm Matt Zucker, and this is Cidiot, learning to live and love life in the Hudson Valley. This time of year, we need lighthouses. We need light. I started to record this just before daylight savings time kicked in, and also the week after the election. Now we're near Winter Solstice, or whatever that's called, darkest time of the year. When we spent 2 winters in Florida, the light was jarring to me all day, so bright it was blinding. I went to the shade every chance I got. Up north, though, I find the light is precious, and maybe I have that SADS thing, seasonal disorder, whatever, because I crave white light. At the co-working space I joined, I chose a desk right by the window to get that light. A lot of restaurants and homes have put in yellow lighting, which they probably think is charming and fancy, but it drives me crazy. I want to sneak in at night and swap out all the bulbs. I thought I would end this season with this light theme. I'll describe 3 types of light that matter to me, not just as a Cidiot new to more rural spaces, but as a me and a you looking for joy in the dark. First up is the light that guides you. This is best expressed and symbolized by the lighthouses. Lighthouses go up and down the Hudson. You know this from my earlier episode, that there are 7 of them along the river. From the Little Red Lighthouse in New York City up to the Esopus and Saugerties Light. The opening music you heard was from the 150th anniversary lighting of the Hudson Athens Lighthouse, the furthest north, whose celebration I went to just last month. I'm ending a year of mourning, and you may also know that I just had a major surgery. So I've had a few dark things to get myself through. Lighthouses, metaphorical and real, were signals at the end of the tunnel that helped get me through. Getting to the other side of it, but not having to go alone. People, after all, can be lighthouses. The writer Lamott once said, lighthouses don't go looking for boats to save. They just stand there shining. By simply being present and offering light, the lighthouse helps others like you find their way. I think about all the people who've welcomed us when we moved to town, or those who looked in on me before or after my surgery. One family friend gave me a hilarious blanket and hospital-like socks. Another came over to walk my dog with me since I couldn't. My point is that other people, through their actions, their opinions, their generosity, and even their behaviors, can show you the way. Light is the light that cheers you. Laughter, smiles, and these winter holidays are full of them. We can be somber and sad and do a beautiful hallelujah, but we also need a giggle. Choir music does this, so do comedians. And so can a bawdy Santa when you sit on his lap. Disappointments, of course, are all around us, especially if you read the news. But then a bright light can sweep in to pick you right up. Hudson Winter Walk was briefly canceled, but then rescued, and it was bigger than ever this year. I was in shape enough to wobble around, so Brian and I walked the whole thing, stopping in stores, including a preview of the new Chocolatier Bank, spelled Banque, which is an over-the-top marble conversion of an old bank into a sweet shop with a bar. Brightly lit, no less. We also sought out carolers and found the LGBTQ allied a cappella singers of the Hudson Valley. cheer can also be unexpected. In my hospital room in New York, there was a sign that I would look at every day that listed some of the promises the care at this hospital would provide. In a list that included pain management and sitting positions, there was, I kid you not, proactive toileting. This cracked me up every day. Okay, third is the light that helps you believe. So not to get too religious, but in the book of Genesis, light is the first thing that God creates. And now we've also got to focus on Hanukkah, which is coming up this month. So light is the very beginning. It makes things possible. You have to trust it, follow it, and believe it. I try to assume that people have the best interests at heart, so in them is some light and hopefully some levity. I was really angry at someone who took care of getting rid of some of our furniture last summer when we sold our house and moved to Hudson. I was frustrated by the lack of communication and the resolution and getting our check. I started to think the worst of him, that he was out to get me. He was a crook. But when I calmed down, I started to consider maybe he's just a sloppy business person and no malintent at all, and it'll just work out if I push enough. If you want to appreciate light, even during the winter, just look at paintings from artists like Thomas Cole and Frederick Church of the Hudson River School. Their dramatic use of light stands out and adds to the beauty of where we live. There's much to be light about and to feel light about. I'm in a new town after all, and I made it through a tough year with the scars to show it. A special thank you to all my guests, collaborators, and friends this season, including Jen and Janny of the Valley Girls podcast, Freddie at Barn Fox, Carol of Gossips of Rivertown, firefighter Ryan Wexler, author AJ Schenkman, Kyle and Amanda at Golden Farms, Mark Allen of Hudson, Jason at Ulster Eateries Unfiltered, and yes, Isaac Rustin, who brilliantly edited Cidiot this season. Thank you. And the biggest hug of all is to my husband, Brian, whose bright, generous, loving light has gotten me through, well, everything. Happy holidays, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. Be sure to sign up for the Cidiot newsletter at cidiot.com to hear about the launch next season. Tons of great stuff planned for you and for me. Meanwhile, it's quietly beautiful up here off season. Come visit.
Down in the valley, moved up from the city. It's a new way of living and I'm trying to get used to it. 1 part poodles, half an ounce of an idiot. Ordered a Manhattan and they call me a Cidiot. At first I hurt my feelings, but it's kinda got a ring to it. When you move to the country, they can tell when you're new to it. I'm looking at a place, but I'm trying to keep fitting in. It takes too long to be a local, so for now I'm a Cidiot.